We are Big Red!
Very quickly is a big hit on special teams by Max Marshall. And Markakis a fullback, so he's a guy that knows how to run with the ball. Let's take a look at the starting offensive unit for Big Red. The guys up front have really done a nice job. Fry, Pavlik, Campbell, Gilmore, Radakovic is the big guy at right tackle. Kolaris makes the offense run. Tamawi McGee, 1,830 yards. Bogard is their big play wide receiver. I formation, the deep back is McGee. Markakis is the up back, quick hitter to Bogard. And Bogard turns upfield and they get it out to the 38-yard line. No mystery there. They want to get the hands and the ball of their playmakers.
They definitely want to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. And one of the things that I like about Steubenville is that they get the ball to the guys so that they can run with the ball. You
see the defense for Kettering alter. The front four doing a nice job, but the linebackers really the ones. Ben Maxwell, we mentioned, Defensive Player of the Year. The DBs all with 4 interceptions. Tony Lima, the free safety, is big hitter as well. Shotgun formation, 2nd down and 3. McGee gets the carry, and he's not going anywhere. Brad Cash gets him along the line of scrimmage, and we see some of that defense right away.
Kettering definitely showing why they are one of the top defenses in the state and putting up shutouts in 3 of the 4 playoff games. They're going to continue to run to the ball and swarm and play good team defense is what got them to this place.
Loss of a couple, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 for Big Red in this initial possession of the Division III state championship game. They split Dan Fogel out wide. Bogard is in the slot. McGee next to Kolaris in the shotgun. Play action, Kolaris keeps it, and he's going to be brought down right by that 1st down marker. Will depend on the spot. Needed to get to the 40, that's about where he got.
Yeah, it looks like he's right there at the 1st down marker, but Kolaris doing a good job of faking the ball and getting upfield because, again, you know, this defense that they're facing is definitely something that's going to be a challenge for them. So anytime they can continue to move the ball and move the chains is an advantage for Steubenville.
And it looks like they're going to measure. Kolaris, we touched on his passing ability, 2,268 yards. He also can run the ball, 645 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns. And that's pretty much how you get to be Division III co-offensive MVP. And he got just enough for the 1st down.
And whenever you have a quarterback that is very balanced, that can throw the football and also run and scramble, it does a lot of things for the offense. Not only could you also run with your quarterback, but it allows the quarterback to buy a little bit more time if the protection breaks down when you're going back to pass.
I think Coach Sakach said that he really liked about Kolaris is he's a team guy. You know, he has all these individual accolades. He's more concerned about winning and getting that 2nd straight state championship. Gossett, the tight end, switches the strong side of the formation. Markakis in motion. And going deep for Bogard. Nice catch by Maurice Bogard, 20. Still on his feet, and he dives inside the 10-yard line. Kolaris to Bogard. They got the speed guy behind the defense. Big play for Big Red early on.
Outstanding play by the Big Red. Kolaris getting his receiver the ball, and it was a good, excellent play fake as Kettering had about 8 guys in the box, and they got behind the defense there. And just with a simple post route, but it's a very, very nice touch throw by Kolaris, showing why he is the quarterback that he is.
51 yards on the play, and we have it now 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. McGee trying to bounce it outside, strung out and brought down. Great pursuit by Tony Lima, the strong safety that I told you comes up in run support, and you see an example of it there. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9.
Anytime you have a really, really good defense, especially the way that Kettering likes to play with 8 or 9, sometimes 9 guys up in the box, you have to have a safety that can come down and stop that run, as we saw Lima on that last play.
So it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll actually spot it at the 8-yard line. Bogard to the top of the screen, Vogel to the bottom. That's Bogard in motion. Kolaris on the roll. Throw in for Bogard. Touchdown, Big Red, 6-0. Nice catch by Maurice Bogard. Kind of found the soft spot and literally sat down in it.
Very, very good awareness by Bogard. That's something that you really can't teach a player, but that was great awareness, finding the open spot in the defense. And credit Colares again, taking his time, making a good throw, getting it into the end zone. As we take a look here, Colares coming out, showing why he can buy some more time. But again, the excellent awareness by Bogart, finding that open zone, sitting down, and getting the touchdown.
And Bogart, a big play receiver, comes up with a couple of big plays on that first touchdown drive. 6-0 Steve Davis trying to add the point after to make it an even 7-point lead for Big Red. The kick is good. Our score, Steubenville 7, Kettering Alter nothing. 9:22 to go in the first quarter of the Division III state championship game. Davis will kick it. And back deep for the Knights, Mike Shaw and Chris Rourke. There you see Davis, who added the point after, giving Steubenville a 7-0 lead. And a 29-game winning streak is what Big Red rides into this championship game. Little pop-up kick, and it's fielded alertly by Justin Hall, and he is swarmed under, but decent field position out at the 36. We'll get to see that wishbone offense go to work.
The wishbone offense is something that definitely you have to work on and take your time to manage your defense, because again, when you have 3 guys that touch the ball pretty frequently, any of those guys can go and make a big play. So you have to be disciplined, and everybody has to play their assignments on defense. So
Alter will have it. 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line. And there we see the wishbone. Steve O'Donnell at the controls. He is the quarterback. Now they break the bone as Michael Shaw motions out, give to the fullback. And a nice tough run inside by Corey Rourke.
Alter just coming out, establishing the dive up the middle. And that's something, when you have the wishbone offense, you have to establish the run in between the tackles, because what that does, that allows the defensive ends and the defensive line to collapse on that guy and it opens up some more opportunities for the quarterback on the perimeter.
Now the big runner out of this is Michael Shaw. He has 918 yards rushing and 19 touchdowns. Chris Rourke has 1,022 yards and 12 touchdowns. Little inside give, and nothing doing as the front 5 of the Steubenville defense kind of shuts that down. Let's take a look at our Donato's starting lineup for Kettering Alter. That offensive line really needs to get it done to make the wishbone effective. And we talked about the skill position people, Shaw and Rourke, Chris Rourke, closing in on 1,000 yards. Shaw already over 1,000 yards. Right now, though, the Knights looking at a 3rd down and 6. Ball right at the 40-yard line. Again, Shaw motions out. O'Donnell wants to throw. Looking, and it's intercepted. Steve Davis comes up with the interception. Trying to get outside. He's got some room. 30, 25. Steve Davis knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A big play by Steve Davis, and Steubenville already swinging momentum their way.
Big-time interception. As we can take a look here, Steve O'Donnell rolls out and just throws an ill-advised throw into coverage. It looks like Stephen Davis was sitting in the zone area as he gets the pick and just outruns most of the offensive players from Kettering to get a nice sizable lead. But again, that was not a throw that I'm sure O'Donnell wanted to throw, because it was coverage there, and now the momentum is definitely with Steubenville as they get ready to go in and possibly take another score.
The Steubenville Holiday Inn in Damon's.
Gunn Vogel is split to the top of the screen. McGee is the back next to Zach Colares. Pressure coming. Colares keeps it, and he's going to be brought down right near the line of scrimmage. Casey Siggins crashed in from his defensive end spot, and Nick Anderson also in on the tackle.
And it's very important for the Knights to make a stand here, because again, you know, now we need to see what their defense is like. You know, now they're in the red zone area, and you know, there's a lot of talk about the offense, the amount of plays, touchdowns that they have held opponents to. Now is the time that they have to come up and step up and make a big stand for their team.
And they'll put 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Colares in the shotgun. And now Markakis comes in for some blocking, picks up the blitz, looking for the tight end. He's got him. Anthony Gossett, touchdown. What a play by Zach Colares. I think he audibled out of that because they brought extra protection in, and they slid Gossett right where the blitzer was coming from. Again, great job by Zach Colares and the Big Red offense, 13-0.
That's a big time play again by Colares to Gossett. And as you mentioned, Dave, it looked like he audible to that because Kettering had 8 or 9 guys up in the box, and they were playing man-to-man. But that was just a blown coverage somewhere in the back end on the secondary. But again, Steubenville continues to make the plays that they need to make and to get the momentum continue on their side.
And Big Red is off to a fantastic start here in the Division III championship game. 13-0. They are averaging 33.8 points in the playoffs, and get a flag coming in on the point after. They're right on that average. That average doesn't look like it's going to be going down based on the first 2 possessions.
Oh, no, it definitely doesn't look like. If anything, it looked like it might go up.
Who's your friend?
He's my man.
I'm not so man.
He's not my man. No, he's not my man. He's like,
Wondering, you know, they haven't given up many touchdowns series, so now what do you do now that you have given up 14 quick points, you know, to a very talented Steubenville team? But now it has to do something for the psychological benefit of the players, because now they're going to have to try to do something to counter that.
Davis makes the point after, and it's 14-0. Steubenville leads Alter. The Division III state championship game from Massillon. Big Red is rolling.
Hello.
Chris Rourke and Mike Shaw. And it will again go to an up back. And this time grabbing it is Chris Borland. And again, Big Red just hitting on special teams. Making the tackle that time, Bronco Busick.
Steubenville is coming out fired up and playing like a state championship team. They're really showing why they have that long winning streak. You know, they're playing very aggressive on offense and defense, and as we saw just there on the special teams, you know, so again, now we're going to see what this Kettering team is really made out of.
And Alter really needs to try to get a drive together. They're not a team that throws a whole lot, so they don't like being behind, and they're not used to it. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Pitch comes out, and they get it in the hands of Rourke. Chris Rourke down the sidelines, fumble, and it goes out of bounds.
Wow, they are very, very lucky that play went out of bounds, but you know, that is the potential of the wishbone offense, as we talked about earlier. You know, Alter now comes out, as you mentioned, they need to try to put together a drive, and they get a very big play, but Steubenville has to remain disciplined if they want to slow this offense down, because now, again, Alter has that big play ability.
24 yards on the gain, and a nice job of taking on the block there by Chris Rourke, and then he's hit, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It was Nick Bogagis that created the fumble. Wishbone again, 1st and 10 from the 42. Inside give again, Chris Rourke, and he finds a nice yardage getting out to the 35 of Steubenville. So they mix it up by the way they run the ball in the Wishbone, as opposed to mixing up with the run and the pass. Our Donato's starting lineup, the Steubenville defense presented by Donato's. Draylon Priya, speed rusher from that outside. Boyagas created the fumble, but it was recovered. And then the defensive backs, very good, Colares and Davis, who already has 1 interception in this game.
And Alter definitely mixes it up, you know, the way they run it with the option, and as we saw, like a kind of cross buck on that last play.
2nd down and 3 after the pickup of 7. They give it again to the fullback, this time Corey Rourke, and flag comes in.
It's a nice stop there by the defensive line of the Big Red.
Number 43, Bronco Busick.
So that'll cost them 5 instead of 2nd and 3. You're looking at 2nd and 8.
You know, that's something they definitely don't want to do. They don't want to create turnovers or penalties for themselves, being 14 points down. But when you look at this Steubenville defense, they haven't been as strong as they have been in the past up front. So that might be something that Alter is going to try to exploit, you know, something in the middle in between the tackles.
2nd down and 8. Shaw motions out of the bone. O'Donnell to throw again. Going deep. Incomplete.
Wow.
Anthony Kralik back there, and Kralik has 14 receptions on the year, 5 of them for touchdowns. So he is their big play wide receiver, actually a tight end. They line him up as a tight end a lot.
As you can take a look here, you can see that O'Donnell comes back and throws the corner route to his receiver, and he almost comes up with an outstanding catch being covered by two defenders there. And that's something that I think Alter is going to have to do a little bit more to loosen up this Steubenville defense. They're going to have to throw the ball at least downfield to their tight ends to try to open it up some running lanes for their running backs.
Kalaris and Davis, pretty good coverage, but Kralik definitely had a shot at that ball. 3rd and 8. A little bit of a different look. This time Corey Rourke motions out. They run the option. They'll pitch it to Shaw, trying to get the corner. And he will be brought down by Mike DiCarlantonio. Nice job of closing by DiCarlantonio.
It's a nice job there by the defense of Steubenville. As you can see, a little bit different formation, but again, the same type of play, the option. Defense just doing a good job playing, everybody playing their assignments, stringing the ball out and making the tackle out of bounds. So this is definitely something that Steubenville has to continue to do with this offense, is play discipline and assign defense to stop that wishbone offense.
That was actually Gossett on the tackle. Sebecki will kick it away, and he'll try to kick it out of bounds and keep it away from Kalaris, and he does. About 20 years ago, Dan, and they're doing a great job of stopping it. They are playing their responsibilities, and we get a timeout by Steubenville. 5:27 to go in the first, and this Division III state championship game has been all Big Red in the first 7 minutes or so of this game.
Yeah, they have been constantly making the plays, and again, when we talk about that wishbone attack for Alter, you know, Steubenville is playing that disciplined defense, and they are doing the responsibilities that they need to do to make a stop.
Kalaris keeps it, and he'll get a couple of yards, but the interior of that Alter defense is the strength, and they showed up and did not let Kalaris get free that time.
You know, the Alter defense, as we talked about before, you know, they've been known to shut teams out in this playoff series, so now, you know, they have the challenge to not allow any more points. You know, they have to have a short memory, forget about those 14 points, and just continue to play the way they've been coached. 3
wide receivers to the top of the screens. Kalaris for Bogart. Pass interference going to be called as Langendorfer hit him well before the ball got there and knocked him off his route.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they wouldn't have knocked him off. That might have been another 6 points going the other way. As we take a look at the penalty here.
Against the defense, automatic first down.
And remember, in high school football, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage in an automatic first down. You see Zach Kalaris, 4 of 4 passing, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns already. He's run the ball, played some defensive back. That's the way you win an MVP, and he was also a finalist in the voting for Mr. Football. That's Brandon Sane, who we saw last night here on ONN1, and Kalaris certainly deserving of being a finalist for that honor.
This guy is definitely a big-time quarterback, and he continues to impress me with the way he manages the game, makes smart decisions, and you can tell that he has a very, very strong arm the way he throws the ball.
1st and 10 from the 37. Kalaris rolling out. Nice block by McGee, but the pursuit going to catch up to him. Bringing him down for the sack, Casey Siggins pursuing all the way from the opposite defensive end spot to get the sack of Kalaris. Credit the coverage, because he couldn't throw it to anyone.
Yes, you know, the coverage was outstanding down the field as he was looking for his receiver, but again, as you can see, the closing speed of Siggins coming from the backside, making that sack. That's a big, big play for Alter, and again, this is the Alter defense that we're used to talking about and used to seeing, because now they have this Steubenville offense backed up and in a 2nd and a very, very long way.
2nd and 16 to be exact. Vogel is split to the bottom of the screen. Markakis, normally a fullback, motions back. Kalaris wants to throw. Pressured. Over the middle. Davis has it near midfield. First down. Ball comes loose. Picked up the other way by Lohman. Lohman still on his feet. Lauman inside the 20. Lauman tackled inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Jeff Lauman picked up the loose ball and returned it 37 yards. A big defensive play for Alter.
What a play by the Alter defense. Exactly what they need when they needed it. But as you can take a look here, Kalaris is coming back, and you see the intangibles that he has, setting his feet, throwing a strike over the middle to his receiver. But great job stripping that football out by the defense of Alter, getting down the field for a big game. But that's exactly what this team needs to get back into this ball game.
Tony Boyle stripped it out. Jeff Lauman with the 37-yard return to the 13-yard line of Big Red. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Knights fans. Hooping it up here at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon, trying to cut in to an early 14-point Steubenville lead.
Now we can see what Steubenville's defense is going to do, because now, you know, this offense with this wishbone, they have to defend 3 guys in the red zone. That's very, very difficult.
Rourke and Shaw. Chris Rourke and Shaw are the backs. That's Chris Rourke. He has some room inside the 10, still on his feet, inside the 5 to the 3. Nice run by Chris Rourke, keeping his balance, stepping over defenders.
Oh, that was an outstanding run. Very, very powerful run by that kid Rourke there. As you can see, he just comes out in a simple power play, but right there, breaking tackle, fighting for that extra yards, trying to get to that end zone. And you can see the momentum trying to swing to Alter as they got the turnover and now trying to go in for the score.
They'll measure for the first down. As you've heard us mention the name Rourke, Chris and Corey both in the backfield of that wishbone for Alter. 2 Rourkes are pretty darn good to have in a wishbone behind Steve O'Donnell. There's the measurement. And it will be just a little bit short, less than a yard. So it'll be second and less than a yard from the 3. And Rourke, 3 carries. Chris Rourke, need to say the first name because there's Chris and Corey. Chris Rourke, 3 carries, 42 yards for Alter and that wishbone offense trying to get on the board.
You know, when you look at now it's second and very, very short, you know, I'm sure the coaching staff from Alter is thinking, you know, hey, this is 2-down territory. Even if we don't get it on 3rd down, we're definitely, 2nd or 3rd down, we're definitely going to go for it on 4th down because we need to go in and try to get a score to cut into this lead.
There's the bone. Corey Rourke is the fullback. Now Chris Rourke will motion out of the bone. O'Donnell keeps it. He'll have the first down near the goal line. So it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1.
Good job by Alter, just powering it forward, getting the first down, not taking any chances, doing anything fancy, just going forward with the quarterback sneak, picking up the first down. And now, you know, they have it 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, you know, with an opportunity to cut this lead into half. So this is exactly what Kettering wants right now, 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
You see time remaining in the 1st quarter. Chris Rourke motions out of the bone. Touchdown, Alter. O'Donnell keeps it to make it a 14-6 ball game.
Nice job by Alter and by O'Donnell following the blocking of center Corey Drake and Evan Nett, the right guard. As you can just see the push of the offensive line up front. And the battle, when you're that close, is a matter of the offensive line pushing the defensive line forward.
And your quarterback, Steve O'Donnell, only 5'9", 154. So that offensive line has to get a little extra surge. It's not like a big guy pushing behind him. Sebecki will try to put the point after through the uprights, and he does. 14-7, Steubenville leads Kettering Alter with 3:10 to go. 3 plays, 13 yards, 40 seconds. Boom, you're back in the ball game if you're Alter.
Right back in the ball game. Now it's a 1-possession game. And again, you know, credit the Alter coaching staff and team for not folding their tens, for regrouping, making the big play, and coming back, because in any game, as we all know, you know, it can go either way, but you have to be able to stay mentally tough and come back from adversity.
Sebecki tees it up. Bogard and Steve Davis are back deep. And once again, they'll try to keep it away from the deep guys. Fielding it on the run for Big Red, William Jackson. And he is brought down pretty quickly. They're fighting for the ball down there. But William Jackson brought down pretty quickly. It's pretty clear neither of these teams want to kick to the deep guys.
That's right, that's right. They're trying to keep the return game at a minimal because they know that both of these offenses can score. But you're right, Dave, you know, they definitely don't want to kick the ball to Maurice Bogard, give him another opportunity with the ball in his hands to try to make something happen.
Steubenville 106 yards passing in this 1st quarter, no yards rushing yet. And that's by design, and Big Red will take a timeout. 3:09 to go, 1st quarter, and timeout as Steubenville didn't like.
And it'll be interesting to see exactly how the Alter defensive staff is going to kind of come back and counter, you know, the passing attack from Steubenville.
You see what Coach Reno Suckach has done, and Coach Suckach, 242 and 44 in 24 years as a head coach at Steubenville. And when you talk about all-time wins in a program, Steubenville's right up there with the McKinleys and Massillons, the giants in the state of Ohio. And Coach Ed Domseitz, 15th year as head coach at Alter, and he was pretty funny. He said they were starting to call him semifinals Ed because he made it to the semis so much, and he was so happy that this year's group had finally gotten to the first ever state championship in Alter history. So again, two guys that just have traditionally very good programs, do great jobs, matching up here in the Division III state championship game. One of the most anticipated of all the championship games this year. Shotgun formation for Colares. Tamawi McGee lines up next to him. 3 wide receivers at the top of the screen. McGee gets the handoff. He got the corner, 35. Nice cut. He'll get out near the 39-yard line. Good seal block. Sprung him around the corner, and I believe it was Radakovic that earned him the corner there. And a nice run by McGee.
That's a nice job, a nice run by McGee. As you can see, he just breaks outside, makes a guy miss. But the blocking downfield, as you mentioned, Dave, by the receivers on the outside is something that we always don't see. But whenever you have guys running on the edge, picking up big gains, the receivers are definitely out there picking up blocks.
McGee gets the pitch, and this time the defense swarms. Does a nice job of shutting that down. Alex Pace, one of the outside linebackers, and Hank Keithley pursuing McGee, and actually will throw him for a couple-yard loss.
If you take a look here, you can just see there's no room to run. They do a good job of just stacking it up. But these linebackers are very, very active for this defense and showing why they have shut teams out in this playoff.
Yeah, they play a 5-3. And Tony Lima, a strong safety, is somebody that will come up and run support a lot. He was the third guy in your picture on that. 3rd down and 3. Colares rolling out, throws back against the grain to Davis. He's open down the sideline. Stephen Davis, 30, 20, down to the 10, knocked out of bounds. Inside the 10-yard line at the 5. A great call as Stephen Davis all alone, a 57-yard pickup down that sideline.
Very well designed play by Steubenville. As you can see here, there's a fake rollout to the right, and then you can see as he throws back to the right side of your left side of your screen, and nobody's there because again the defense is pursuing and trying to pick up the things from the Steubenville offense, but very, very well designed play by the Steubenville offensive staff.
And Davis, another big play guy, 35 receptions, 8 touchdowns, 527 yards on the season. 1st and goal from the 4. Markakis in motion, play action. Colares gonna keep it. Nice move. He gets inside the 5, down to the 3. Could have been thrown for a loss, but made a nice adjustment to pick up a couple yards on that play. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Colares showing why he can throw the football and run the football as well, you know, making a guy miss. But, you know, these guys have put up 33 points per game, averaging 33 points a game, and they're showing why, you know, as they continue to spread the ball around, give you different looks, and not only do that, but be unpredictable in their play calling.
Ben Maxwell on the tackle. Colares gonna keep it. Nice move, touchdown, Zach Colares to make it 20-7. That was a design play, but boy, what a fake he put on as he got right through that hole to open it up and get into the end zone.
Zach Colares, as you see here, design quarterback draw with very good feet, you know, as he makes a guy miss and then just cuts it up for the touchdown. But again, the offensive line doing a great job running behind Phil Gilmore and their left side, you know. So this, again, you know, now Steubenville comes back, you know, they give up the turnover, get scored on, and they regroup and come back. So this is definitely what we anticipated by seeing these two top teams playing.
Anthony Gossett is the holder. Steve Davis puts it through the uprights. 21-7. Steubenville leads Alter with 1:05 to go. And teeing the ball up now for Big Red. is Jeremy Banks. And Banks, a line drive. And this time it goes to Michael Shaw, 20. Spins, trying to get outside, but Big Red's pursuit is there. They stay in their lanes, and good coverage on the kick, as Shaw will only get back to about the 27, 28-yard line.
As we take a look here, you know, Shaw doesn't see anything to his left, to his right, but nice spin move to get back, but just an outstanding job by the special teams of Steubenville, just maintaining their lanes, coming down, and making the tackle.
1st and 10 from the 28. As Alter's offense back on the field. O'Donnell gives it to Shaw. He busts through and will get across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Nice blocking by Chris Rourke. And Shaw, a nice pickup on 1st down. 2nd and short is what any offense wants to be in, but especially a wishbone.
Definitely, you know, you definitely want to pick up a nice chunk of yards on 1st down, as they picked up 8 there, you know, but again, you know, they're sticking with their game plan. They like to run the football, you know, in between the tackles and, you know, on the perimeter. But again, credit Alter for just continuing to do the things that they do well, sticking with the wishbone.
O'Donnell up under center. The fullback, Corey Rourke, spins forward, close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
There's a little bit short on that play. You look at that defensive line.
Markakis rather, comes in from his linebacker spot. End of the 1st quarter, 21-7. Steubenville leads Alter. It's the Division III state championship game. Tiger Stadium Division III state championship game. Steubenville, an impressive 1st quarter, a 14-point lead, and now Alter looking at a 3rd down and 1 from their 37-yard line movement, and it's going to cost the Knights 5.
Wow. That's definitely something that their coach is going to talk about when they go into the locker room at halftime, because you cannot give up 5 yards, you know, when you have it that close in 3rd and 1.
Already 3 penalties for 25 yards.
Start against the offense. 3rd down.
3 penalties, 25 yards against Alter. You look at that 1st quarter, it was the Zach Kalaris show. 6 of 6, 163 yards passing, 2 touchdowns passing, added another one rushing, and it adds up to a 21-7 lead for his team. Steubenville outgaining Alter 175-61 in the 1st quarter. So now instead of 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 6 for the Knights. Chris Rourke motions out. Shaw trying to bounce it outside. Nice move, but not going to get the 1st down as DiCarlo comes up in run support and kind of forces him towards the sideline, and then the help from Steve Davis knocks him out of bounds.
Nice job by Michael Shaw, just bouncing the ball outside on the perimeter, trying to pick up some yards there. You know, as you mentioned, a little bit short of the 1st down, but that 5 yards that they had on that penalty, you know, is the 5 yard or the couple yards that they're missing for the 1st down.
Sebecki will kick it away. Kalaris back deep to receive it, as he truly does everything for Big Red. Ball hits at the 45 into the 40, and Kalaris heads up, just moves away from it. Last thing in the world you want with a 14-point lead is a turnover. And the Knights will down it inside the 30 at the 28-yard line.
Now Alter again, you know, the defense is back on the field against this very, very explosive and powerful offense of Steubenville. So what do you do, you know, as a defensive team when you have 21 points scored on you? You have to find some type of way of slowing them down, and they have to probably adjust a little bit of their game plan by trying to cater more to the quarterback and slowing down Bogart.
Markakis is the fullback. McGee is the tailback behind Zach Kalaris. McGee, look at, runs between the tackles pretty well as he was hit and still kind of pushed the pile ahead a yard or two. It's not a really good back.
Yeah, he definitely is showing some power. You know, that's not necessarily, you know, a lot of speed because of the, you know, the type of play, but, you know, just as you mentioned, just pushing that pile ahead, you know, and as a running back, one of the things that you want to do is constantly keep your feet moving, keep your feet driving, because then you will be able to push the pile and get a couple more yards.
Pickup of 3, so it's 2nd and 7. A little bit of an offset eye now. Bogard in motion. Kolaris rolls out. Throwing back against the grain, hangs it up for Bogard, but the coverage was there. As staying with him step for step, Jeff Lohman.
Nice job by the defender there from Alter, just staying with Bogard, staying with his assignment. And that's the thing that Alter is going to have to go back and do, is stay focused and concentrate on your assignment and play the guy that you're assigned to, because they like to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. And anytime the Steubenville rolls to one side and throws back to the other side, the guy that's responsible for his guy has to stay on him and can't bite on the play fake.
3rd down and 7. Big Red 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions so far in the game. Kolaris steps up and throws, looking for Vogel, incomplete. Brings up a punting situation, and Alter's defense holds and gives the ball back to the offense.
Nice 3 and out.
First punt of the game for Big Red.
Yes, yes.
We're already in the 2nd quarter.
You know, and you know, it's a nice 3 and out. As you can see that, you know, it's just mistiming on the receiver and the quarterback there throwing the out route. But, you know, this is what Alter needs to do more of. You know, get some 3 and outs, get the ball back for your offense, and more importantly, too, get the ball in good field position for your offense so they don't have to go down and drive the length of the field to get a score. 4th
and 7, and the punt just gotten away by Steve Davis, almost blocked. And now it will be down at the 36-yard line. So all in all, Steubenville comes out pretty good, a 33-yard kick on something that was almost blocked.
Yeah, they were very, very lucky not to have that one blocked and possibly go in, scooped up for the score. As we can take a look there, that he just missed blocking that punt there. But now, you know, they get the ball back with pretty good field position and an opportunity to try to cut into the lead again.
That was Casey Siggins, who almost came up with the block for the Knights. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line for Alter. Wishbone behind O'Donnell. They pitch it. Shaw trying to get outside. Nice block by Rourke. Spins, and a nice tackle by Zach Kolaris.
Nice play. You know, Alter getting the ball instead of in between the tackles, getting the ball outside to Shaw. You know, faking the dive, getting it, and as you mentioned, a good block outside by Rourke. You know, but now I think that Alter is going to try to do a little bit more of that, you know, get the ball on the perimeter, because they haven't really had a lot of success running up the middle. But I would look for them to try to do a little bit more of that and possibly some play action passes down the field.
2nd down and 8. Pickup of 2. Pitch comes to Rourke this time with Shaw blocking, and again, Kolaris breaks free as Shaw broke free, but great pursuit as the Big Red just kept coming in waves, and Tamawi McGee in there making the tackle.
As we take a look there, you can see that Rourke gets the ball, and one of the things that you have to do as a back, running that wishbone and option offense, as soon as you get the ball, you have to sprint and keep running and get as much yard as you can, and then make your cut and try to get up the field, because as long as you try to slow down, make a cut, going back into the defense, it allows the defense to pursue and get to the ball carriers. So they need to just try to, again, get to that perimeter, but stretch it, make one cut, and get upfield.
3rd down and 4. Alter 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions so far. Chris Rourke motions out of the bone. They get it to Kralik. Nice block by Rourke. Kralik spins, but not going to get the 1st down. Kolaris, again, as you're seeing, he's not only a good quarterback, he's a pretty good safety.
Yeah, Kolaris showing, you know, great awareness, and the thing that I like about putting a quarterback as safety, he knows what the quarterback's looking at and can read his eyes as he comes up, you know, and does a great job of making the secure tackle, not a very big hit, but just making sure the ball carrier gets down and forcing them into a 4th down and punting the football.
It'll be 4th and 4. High snap. Sabecki handles it, gets it away. Kolaris lets it hit, and it will be down as grabbing it and trying to run with it. The Knights, it will be down at the 31-yard line, a 27-yard kick after the high snap. Ball will be out at the 31-yard line as Big Red starts. Game has settled down a little bit after a pretty frantic first quarter for Big Red. And that guy was making all the noise, Zach Colares, the co-MVP, co-offensive MVP in Division III, a finalist for Mr. Football in the state of Ohio. Trying to lead Big Red to 30 consecutive wins and 2 state championships. Has Steve Davis open. Davis has it. Davis in a foot race. Steve Davis will take it all the way, 69 yards for the touchdown. Zach Colares right on cue says, yeah, I was a finalist for Mr. Football. 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Outstanding, outstanding play design by the Steubenville coaching staff. But again, the quarterback from Steubenville showing why he is the player that he is, that Steve Davis gets the big play down the field. But it was, again, you know, he shouldn't be taunting there, but again, a big play down the field, a fake screen to one receiver, and then he just goes across the field on the slant.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Alter. And we've mentioned about Zach Colares. His favorite target has been Steve Davis. 4 catches, 197 yards. Let's put that in perspective. In the 14 previous games, 35 catches for 527 yards. And now Davis putting on a different shoe because he's going to try the point after as well.
I think he might have burned out his shoes, you know, here on this turf, you know, 197 yards, you know, in the first half. But, you know,
There you go.
I appreciate that, Buster. Big time player in Buster Tillman.
Point after is no good, so it will remain 27-7. Steubenville leading Alter, the Division III state championship game on ONN, Ohio's channel.
And aggressive, even though they're up, but you know, anytime you can get a one-play scoring drive, you know you're doing something good and doing something outstanding. So, you know, Alter is going to have to try to do something and slow down this passing attack from Steubenville.
Mike Sergeant, nice return as he gets out to the 45-yard line. A 20-yard return. They're going to just start sneaking different guys into that up-back position that they want to run the ball. As Sir Grew, a nice job of returning it.
You know, nothing really happening with the deep back, so they need to put the deep backs up, you know, to the next line, you know, so that they can get the ball and possibly make a return from there.
So Alter will bring the wishbone attack back onto the field. 1st and 10, good field position from their 45-yard line. Chris Rourke, and he gets popped. Big hit by Chad Murphy, but a good pickup on 1st down as they actually get into, well, they'll be right at midfield.
No, great job, good blocking up front, you know, by that right guard, Evan Neff. You know, and again, you know, Alter staying with their game plan. They're not going away from it, but you know, they're going to have some type of scoring drive, you know, to try to cut into this lead before halftime.
2nd and 5. O'Donnell dumps it off to Shaw. He has the sideline. Shaw, 30, still on his feet. Down the sidelines, touchdown, Michael Shaw, 50 yards, tight roping the sidelines, and a big play for Alter.
Big time play by Alter, you know, coming up with a play, you know, to stay in this football game. You know, a broken play as we can go back and see O'Donnell looking down the field. He's covered, but the awareness to get the ball to his outlet receiver, Michael Shaw, as Shaw showing, you know, why he is an outstanding back in the state of Ohio. You know, going in for the touchdown, you know, right back at you, you know, getting that touchdown, cutting into this lead.
And now Alter can cut it to a 13-point lead, rather, after the missed extra point by Steubenville. It's 27-13. Sebekic, bad snap, and it will remain a 14-point lead as each team has now missed a point after. 27-13, Steubenville leading Alter.
Wow, what a ball game so far. You know, we've had...
You want big plays? We've got a lot of big plays.
We've had a lot of big plays, you know, and that's the thing that, you know, I think when you look at these fans that have come out, that have packed this stadium out, you know, they want to see an exciting game, you know, and we've definitely had that from both sides. You know, Alter's a little, you know, has sputtered a little bit, and, you know, we've had the big plays from Steubenville, but again, you know, this is still, you know, a 14-point ball game where it can go either way, so this is a very, very exciting ball game for us.
2 plays, 55 yards, 47 seconds on the scoring drive.
Wow. Wow. That is lightning fast when you're talking about scores. That's better than a 2-minute offense.
Sebecki will tee it up. Maurice Bogard will be back deep. .805 to go, first half. Alter down 14 at 27-13. Again, the line drive. And it will be taken by Steve Davis. And he's brought down, nice tackle. Making the play for the Knights, Colin Boucher, or Boucher rather. And he will be brought down at the 26-yard line.
Davis, coming up, just fielding the ball, nothing really going there. And what I like to see Alter do is play a little bit more zone defense in the secondary, because Steubenville hasn't really hurt them running the football, so why not back out a little bit, change up defensively, and really kind of zone cover, the receiver, so make it a little bit tougher for the quarterback to get the ball in there.
There again, it looks like Colares may be audibling at the line of scrimmage. Play fake, pressured from behind. Colares has room to run. 35 out of bounds, but he picks up 10 yards and a first down as he gets out to the 36. They kind of jumped the route. He wanted to get it to Bogard, who had man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, the play wasn't there. As you can see, pump fakes and comes around, but the awareness to just pull the ball down, don't try to force anything that's not there, and just get all you can, line up again, move the chains, because he picked up 10 yards. Now you can just go back, regroup, and call another play.
First and 10 from the 36-yard line. Twin receivers to the top of the screen. McGee gets the handoff, has a little bit of a seam, and he'll get across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nice pickup on first down by Tamawi McGee.
Switch it up a little bit, hand it off to the running back McGee up the middle. But again, Alter, now you have to figure out, if you want Steubenville to either run the ball or throwing it. And if I were the defensive coaching staff, I'd be like, okay, we're going to back off, and make them run the football. And then once we get a little bit closer, then we'll come back down into the 8-man front.
McGee, 1,830 yards running the football for Big Red on the season. Colares going to keep it. He's got the corner, first down, as he gets out near midfield. That's a design play. They saw something they liked around the end on the alignment, and Colares gets the first down.
Nice job by Colares picking up, but McGee leading the way, picking up blocks, but, Colares just doing it, taking this team on his back and just willing his team to win. He's doing a lot of things both on offense and defense, but this guy is definitely a player, and definitely will be a player on the next level in the collegiate ranks. And
you see all the stickers that he has on his helmet. That'll tell you when you have to start going inside the S that you've done quite a bit your senior season.
That's right.
First and 10 from the 49. Play action. Colares keeps it. And again, a nice pickup on first down.
Colares again, just taking the play, they're calling his number a lot, and if I were the coaching staff, I would too, it's again a design quarterback draw, fake the ball to the halfback McGee, create some seams and allow your best player to get into the line of scrimmage and possibly into the secondary. But the Steubenville offense is now, they're seeing that the game is kind of going back and forth. So I like what the coaching staff has done. They're trying to slow the tempo down just a little bit, and they probably will strike.
Hello, High Valley. I'm Smitty at Smitty's Floors.
Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6. Colares, flag. That will stop the play. Something at the line of scrimmage.
Ball start against the offense.
So it'll cost Big Red's offense 5. They'll be looking at a 2nd and 11, and that's their first penalty of the ball game.
Yeah, and they have been very disciplined, not picking up any penalties, staying on side, not getting any just foolish things that might work against them. But I don't know. I think I might like it to be 3rd, 2nd, and 4 or 5 as opposed to being 2nd and 11, because now they're going to come back, drop back, and put the ball in Colares' hands and make him throw the football. So, again, this is where they thrive and have their most success.
Bogard, the speed man, to the bottom of the screen. That's where he's looking. He has it. Nice move. First down. Bogard dives to the 37-yard line. And Maurice Bogard, just 5'7", 155. He's got big play receiver written all over him because of his speed. A sprint champion for Big Red.
And anytime you have that type of speed, you know, the defense is going to respect it. As you can see, he just throws a simple stop route. But when you've been beating the defense, getting behind them, they're going to back up a little bit more. And now you can get the little intermediate and short routes, you know, and get the ball into your playmaker's hand and then let him make some big plays with his legs.
I formation, and half of the ultra defense is across the line of scrimmage. I think they were coming on a blitz there. Might have been a run blitz, but there were about 4 guys that jumped on that.
And they're trying to get off on the football. They're saying, hey, we have to get to this guy as quick as we can.
Encroachment against the defense.
So instead of a 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5, and the ball will be moved down to the 32-yard line. Big Red is, when you talk about the tradition and teams that have played so well, Big Red is right up near the top. McGee gets the hand up, breaks it outside. He's got the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
McGee showing why he is the running back for this Steubenville offense, you know, picking up a nice sizable yard. Good job of recognizing that there's nothing there, bouncing the ball to the outside. And as you can see, the speed and acceleration of McGee as he picks up a nice amount of yards, move the chains, and now they're in the red zone, getting ready to possibly score again.
19 yards on the run. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 12. And the point I was getting at, Steubenville is 53-2 in their last 55 ball games. That's unbelievable. You just, and what that does, it teaches your guys how to win. They understand little things add up.
And it creates the thing perpetually every year. As a freshman, you come in and you understand what it takes to win.
Colares has room, dives, just short of the end zone, but he'll be inside the 1 as Zach Colares doing it with his legs, doing it with his feet, doing it on defense, doing everything to try to bring a 2nd straight state championship to Big Red.
Colares just with the simple fake coming up, you know, showing that he can run the football, getting it down to the 1-yard line, running behind left guard Phil Gilmore, you know, and this is the longest drive for Steubenville as they get ready to score again.
They like to say roll, Red, roll, and here are some of the particulars. 40-game regular season winning streak. They last lost in 02, 53-2 since 03, 77-11 since 2000. Just one of the elite programs in the state. Colares keeps it. And he's not going to get in. But it will be 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
And this has to be demoralizing for the Alta defense. You know, they've come into this game giving up relatively no touchdowns in the state playoffs, and to come to have the Big Red roll in here and score 28 points, possibly another 7, you know, in the first half has to do something for the psyche of this team.
Well, and Big Red was definitely very well prepared for this football game. And 9th play of the drive, Colares, touchdown, Steubenville.
Wow, that was pretty close there.
Yeah, but the guys in stripes say it counts, and that's really all that matters at this point. 33-13.
And the thing that I like about this drive, that it took some time off the clock. You know, they did it, you know, before with the quick scores. We see that Colares just goes over the top for the touchdown, but they methodically kind of move their way down the field this time, showing that they can still score when they put together a scoring drive.
And to reinforce your point, 9 plays, 3 minutes, 42 seconds, their longest drive of the ball game. Davis on to add the point after, and this one is good. So it will be 34-14. Steubenville leading Alter, still over 4 minutes to go in the first half. And they've already put 34 points on the board.
Right.
And number 7 responsible for a lot of that.
Number 7 is, they might as well put a Superman on his chest right next to that number 7, because he has done everything correct for this ball team, this ball club today. Steubenville coming out with 34 points in the first half, already reaching their average, you know, for the season. But, you know, this game is still a long way from being over. Even though they're up, you know, I think that they're going to have to go back. Alta's going to have to go back and try to regroup and come out and try to throw a little bit more passes to get back into this game.
And again, the squib kick. And it's fielded again by Sergeau. And this time not as much running room as a good coverage by Big Red. Butler, we mentioned 34 points. The record for most points in a Division III state championship game, 48 by Akron St. Vincent St. Mary against Washington Courthouse in 1981. That definitely within reach.
Yeah, and the way that they're calling the game from the offensive side of Steubenville, they're not backing off. They're still being aggressive, throwing the ball, and also mixing it up with the run. So that is very, very attainable for this Big Red team.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Not much running room as Rourke, the fullback, Corey Rourke, gets the handoff, and the interior of that defense not budging.
You know, good job by that defense coming up with the stop, the swarming defense there, as you see 3 defenders making that play. But one of the things that is a disadvantage when you run that wishbone or option type of offense, you don't really have a big passing game to come from behind in a game like this now, because you have pretty much a ball control type of offense. So when you're down by 21 points, it makes it a little bit more difficult because you don't have as many passing plays in your offensive scheme.
Again, the fullback, no room to run. Chad Murphy is doing a great job of crashing in from the defensive end position. At 73, you've seen him second play in a row where he is just shutting down that first fullback give.
And when we talked about before about Steubenville not being as stout as they have been over the years up front in the middle, the defensive line is really responsible for that fullback in the wishbone or option offenses. So the defense, as you mentioned, doing a great job just crashing down, stopping the fullback, because that is their responsibility.
Someone forgot to tell the 11 guys playing defense they're not as stout as they've been in the past, because they've been pretty good. 3rd and 11, Alter 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Going for Kralik deep over the middle, off his fingertips, incomplete. Coverage was there, but Kralik had a shot at it. Well thrown pass by O'Donnell, but it's incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th and 11.
Kralik almost came up with that catch. Would have been a great over-the-shoulder catch by Kralik, but it was just a little overthrown and, you know, just on his fingertips and missed it. But, you know, another missed opportunity for the Alta offense, and now they're going to kick the ball back and give Steubenville a very good field position with another opportunity to score with 2:44 left to go in the half.
There's Zach Kalaris awaiting the kick at his 46-yard line. Zabecki just gets it away as Bogard pressured it, hits it midfield. It'll take a little bit of an Alter roll, but it will be down at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Big Red, a 27-yard punt. Let's head down to Dan Franzak on the sidelines. Dan.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. You know, Kettering Alter does have a girl on their team, and her name is Holly Mangold. And yes, she is the sister of former Buckeye and current New York Jets player Nick Mangold. Now, having a girl on the team does pose a problem as far as locker rooms are concerned, but it's not a problem here because this head of security here at Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium has a huge, I guess, van or like a bus for her, and she actually changed in there, and that was her locker room here today, so not an issue here. A nice gesture by the people here at Massillon.
All right, Dan, we appreciate it, and Holly Mangold getting some attention, and she plays line. She's in on a lot of the kicking teams, playing the offensive line, and she's a substitute guard, so good for her.
Yeah, you know, that's something that, you know, definitely is good, I'm sure, for the school.
Yeah, don't discourage it. And she gets no special treatment other than she gets her own locker room, which you would expect.
Right, and I had a fortunate opportunity to, back in St. Louis, to coach a high school team that had a girl on the team, and it was quite amazing to see the team really treat her no differently than any other player on the team. 2nd
down and 7 from the 49-yard line. Pick up a 3 on 1st down. So Kalaris back to the air. Pump fake to Bogard, and now pressure and brought down from behind. And there he is again, Casey Siggins doing a nice job from his defensive end position. I know Steubenville's put up 34 points, but Siggins has been after it all game long.
Yeah, that's a good job by Siggins getting the sack, but again, credit that defensive secondary of Tony Lima covering Bogard in the defensive downfield and defensive backfield not allowing the quarterback to get to his receiver. But again, Siggins is coming up with a big play, showing why he is one of the leaders of this outstanding defense.
3rd down and 16 as we approach a minute and 10 remaining in the first half. And Zach Collaros going to let the clock tick a little bit, and then we'll call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock, 1:06 on the game clock. Timeout on the field. As Steubenville now looking at a 3rd down and 16.
And as quick as they've been able to score before, you know, I'm not surprised, you know, to them taking the timeout, saying, okay, let's try to get a play design.
4 wide receivers set. A little bit of a spread look for Big Red. Bogart is the inside slot man, and it looks like he has man-on-man coverage. Safety up to the other side of the field. Collaros looking for Bogart over the middle, picked off. Route was jumped. A nice job by Alex Pace down the sidelines, cuts it up at the 20. Alex Pace breaks the tackle at the 10, and he gets inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Alex Pace, playing possum, came from the other side of the field underneath the route. 56 yards on the return.
Big play by Alex Pace, giving his team another momentum shifter going into the second half. You can see the quarterback just throws the ball, and Pace just comes over, playing the quarterback size, reads the slant route to Bogart and makes an outstanding catch and interception and swings the momentum going into this halftime for his team and giving them another opportunity to score to cut into the lead.
And Brandon Fry makes the tackle after the interception return of 54 yards by Alex Pace. A big play for the Knight defense. 52 seconds remaining. Handoff goes to Rourke, and Rourke is pushed back as Chris Rourke will pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal. Alter with all 3 timeouts. And they use one right now. 43 seconds remaining.
To go in, you know, with some momentum and say, hey, you know, even though we have played, you know, haven't played our best defensively this first half, let's go out and play the way we know we can, and we're only 2 scores into tying this game up.
2nd and goal from the 3. Rourke again, touchdown. Alter Chris Rourke found a seam, dove through it. His 13th touchdown of the year will make it 34-19 Steubenville.
Chris Rourke going into the end zone again, behind the blocking of right guard Evan Neff, you know, doing a good job just powering his way in. And now, you know, the Alter team has to feel good about itself going in, you know, to this halftime with picking up a score, giving them another opportunity to come back and possibly play a little bit better to get back into the ball game.
Steubenville, two turnovers have led to 14 points. Sebecki's point after is good, so it will be a 14-point lead for Steubenville. 34-20 over Alter, 39 seconds remaining. As Knight fans have to feel pretty good about what's transpired the last minute and a half here in Massillon.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are excited. You know, even though the scoreboard doesn't show it, but, you know, there are two plays away from just tying this ball game up. And, you know, the thing that Steubenville has to be aware of, you cannot create turnovers in a big ball game and against a good team, because now you have pretty much allowed them to come back into the football game and be having an opportunity to get some momentum and feel good about themselves in the halftime.
And again, another quick drive, 2 plays, 4 yards, 13 seconds to draw to within 14 for Alter.
It's been like fast break basketball, back and forth.
Almost like arena football. I think they're playing on a 50-yard field out there. They're scoring so much. Sebecki will tee it up. Bogart is the deep back, but we haven't kicked a deep back today, I don't think.
No, I don't think they're going to kick it to that guy either.
Line drive. Steve Davis picks it up. He has some room. Gets the corner, and then will be run out of bounds at the 37. Some late action there as coach got run over on the sidelines.
Got to keep your head on the swivel, coach. You see that play going, you got to get out the way.
He gets up quickly.
It's almost like the Joe Paterno incident.
Dangerous treading down those sidelines.
Yes.
First and 10 from the 39-yard line for Big Red. 32 seconds remaining. Steubenville has used all of their timeouts.
Do you think they'll try to score here?
They probably will. They've had a lot of big plays. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. McGee gets the handoff, and he is brought down very quickly as Brad Cash gets a hold of him and won't let go.
Seems as though Steubenville's just going to take comfortable with this 14-point lead and take that into halftime to kind of regroup and talk about things and talk about, more importantly, those turnovers that have allowed Alter to get some points on the board. So, you know, both of these ball clubs are going to go in and come back and try to fight for this championship trophy.
And, you know, that turnover really, as you said, that's a huge lift going into halftime for Alter, but Steubenville won't feel too bad because so many things have gone right for that offense. They've just been fantastic.
And they have to be very, very pleased with coming out, executing the plays that they have made into touchdowns, and not only, you know, the design of them, but when you call those plays, you know, sometimes you can have an overthrown ball or a quarterback can get sacked, but they have done everything right when they need to do it to get onto the board. So Steubenville has to feel pretty good about themselves as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, 14-point lead, the way these offenses have played, you know, big plays have been all over the place. And it'll be Shaw on a bounce from his 20. Michael Shaw breaks a tackle and brought down at the 24-yard line. Nice tackle on special teams again.
And I think, again, too, Dave, when you look at the momentum that Alter had going into the halftime break, you know, they elected, Steubenville elected to kick the ball off, but you don't want that defense coming out with all that energy, being pumped up, you know, against your offense. So maybe that was the thinking from the coaching staff, like, well, hey, let's take the sting out of them because we know their defense is anxious to get back on the field.
So it'll be first and 10 from the 24-yard line for the Alter Knights, down 14. O'Donnell pitches it out to Chris Rourke. Nice job of running with them by Anthony Gossett, but a good pickup on first down by Chris Rourke.
Nice pickup by Rourke. As you can see here, O'Donnell just faking getting the ball out on the pitch to Rourke, but again, at the top of your screen, you don't really see it. It's Kralik making an outstanding block, which allows that edge on the perimeter to be open for Rourke to pick up 7 yards.
So it'll be second down and 3 for the Knights. From the 31-yard line, Shaw breaks the bone. O'Donnell keeps it. He's in the secondary. O'Donnell, 45, run down from behind at the 49-yard line. And that's the first time we've really seen him get in the free.
Yes, O'Donnell showing that he is a threat as well, you know, and it's a good adjustment by the Alter coaching staff by allowing him to get into this game plan. As we can see that O'Donnell runs behind again the right guard, Evan Neff, and come up with a big chunk of yardage that helps move the chains and move this offense to a little bit past midfield and giving them the most life that they've had on offense.
First and 10 from the 48 of Big Red. Movement, that's going to cost them 5. And Alter deferred, so they got their choice of the ball in the second half.
Okay.
So
that makes
more sense. Yes, absolutely.
But that penalty, you know, here you have a good drive going. You made a couple big plays, and now you come out with a penalty. Again, Alter has to really minimize the penalties that they have in the second half because, again, when you're playing a good Steubenville team, you know, you cannot penalize yourself and put yourself in a hole because now you're just continuing to go uphill.
5 penalties, 35 yards for the Knights. And it'll be first and 15 from the 47. O'Donnell turns it upfield into the secondary again. Brought down from behind by Markakis, but not till he gets to the 43-yard line. And O'Donnell doing a nice job in the first possession here of the second half.
Now we're seeing O'Donnell emerge as a threat in this triple option offense. And the thing that we talked about from the onset, is that Steubenville is not used to seeing this offense. They hadn't seen an offense like this in, like we said, over 20 years. So now they were shutting down the fullback, and they were getting a couple plays on the outside, but now the triple threat of the quarterback running the football is coming into play, and Alter is taking advantage of it.
So it'll be 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard pickup by O'Donnell. Shaw gets it. He has a seam. 30, 20, cuts back at the 10. Michael Shaw takes it into the end zone. 42 yards for the touchdown, and now it is a point after from being just a 7-point ball game.
Wow. Big play. As we can see here, just a cross buck. And Shaw gets the ball and shows great acceleration and great vision. As you can see here, him just break away and cut back for the score. But that's a great job by the left tackle and the left guard, Jeff Reeves and Evan Johnson, opening up a huge hole for Michael Shaw to show his abilities with the running the football.
Sebecki's point after is right down the middle. 34-27 is now the score. Let's head down to the third person in our broadcast team, Dan Franzak on the sidelines. Dan?
Yeah, how about that O'Donnell as a quarterback? Not your customary quarterback, especially at this level. I know it's Division III, but this is a big-time school. Get these numbers, 5'10", only 150 pounds. Yeah, he takes a beating in this wishbone offense. Get this. Well, he's had bruised ribs, a hyperextended elbow, sprained knee ligaments, etc., etc. This guy gets banged up. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going, guys. He's pretty good out there, obviously, on that drive leading the way.
Absolutely, Dan, and he feels a whole lot better. Those injuries feel a lot better when you get into the end zone and make it a 7-point ball game.
Yes, you know, and when you go back and you look at the turnover that Alter got going into to the end of the first half, it really built the momentum for them to come out, get the ball first, and go down and score, because now it's a one possession ball game, and the turnover was huge, as we saw the coach even mention, huge for them coming in, and now they have just pretty much scored 14 back-to-back points. 4
plays, you saw the yardage, 224. Time elapsed on the touchdown drive to make it a 1-score ball game. And, you know, Coach Domseit's deferring and getting the ball first in the second half also pays off after that turnover as well. Bogard picks it up at the 1. And a nice tackle on special teams. Making the big play for the Knights, Chris Borland. Back inside the 5. Borland with a huge special teams play on the speedy Bogard.
You see Bogard should have probably let that one go into the end zone. He fields it at the 1, and that allows the special teams unit to come down and make an outstanding play inside the 5-yard line. And now you kind of feel the momentum shifting to Alter as they have this Steubenville offense backed up inside their own territory.
Handoff goes to McGee, and the Knights defense is swarming. There's 4 or 5 guys around the ball.
And this is the position that you want to be in if you're a defense, especially if you have prided yourself as being a very aggressive and tough defensive team. You want to have the offense backed up because they're a little on their heels, and there's not a lot that they will really feel comfortable in doing, being backed up in their own part of the territory.
Ben Gearman there on the initial hit. Pickup of just 1, so it's 2nd and 9. Ball at the 6-yard line of Big Red as they trying to hang on to a 7-point lead in the Division III state championship game. Kolaris from the shotgun. He'll keep it. Stiff arm, he gets the corner, 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line, a little bit short of the first down.
It was a little bit short, but the thing that I saw from up here, Dave, is I saw when Kolaris got on the outside, I saw the defender, the cornerback from Alter. You might be able to pick it up in the top of your screen here. He just does an outstanding job just shuffling, turning the ball back into the defense, and that's, again, a good sign of an outstanding defense.
It was Tony Lima that did that job. 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 13. Kolaris in the shotgun. Little option, pitches it to McGee, turns upfield, and he'll have the first down right across the 15-yard line. Good strong run by Tamawi McGee.
Nice run by McGee. Again, Kolaris making a good decision, coming down the line, pitching the football. You know, as you can see, because it's a nice little toss. Good job from McGee putting his head down, but good stick by Ben Maxwell, showing why he is a great defensive player that he is. But again, you know, this is something, you know, that they shouldn't get discouraged about the Alter defense. You know, they picked up 1 first down, but you want to continue to put the pressure on them and play good, sound defense and not give up any big plays.
Big Red picks up the first down. It's at the 15-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Colares, a quick drop. Had time, and then he gets sacked. Hank Keithley getting back there to get the sack all the way back to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big play by Hank coming back. As you can see, he looks for his receiver, but he just doesn't have enough time as the defensive Alter comes through with a big play and a sack. And again, now we're seeing this defense that we talk so much about that have shut so many opponents out in this state playoff series. But now this is a big third down, a big second down for this defense.
Second down and 18 after the loss of 8. Shotgun formation. Bogart to the top of the screen. He's looking for Vogel, deflected. Siggins at the line of scrimmage. Casey Siggins has played an outstanding game from that defensive end position. He got a big hand on it, 3rd and 18.
Yeah, Siggins is doing what you always teach a defensive end or any defensive lineman, and when you go into the pass rush and you can't get to the defender, you just put your hands up, because then you will have an opportunity to tip the ball as Siggins did, which is just as important as getting a sack or getting pressure on the quarterback.
So now the Big Red offense backed up to their 7-yard line, 3rd and 18. Spread look. Colares looking for his tight end, incomplete. Gossett didn't get his head back around, got hit kind of in the legs.
Yeah, Gossett could have came up with that play and moved the chains for Steubenville, but you know, he dropped it, failed conversion on 3rd down, and again, now you can just see that this momentum is just shifting towards Alter. You know, now they'll get the ball back for their offense in very good field position.
Jeff Lauman awaiting the punt, and he will line up at the 38-yard line of Steubenville. Davis to kick it away. He's awaiting the snap 5 yards deep in his end zone. Line drive. Hits at the 29, takes a Steubenville bounce, and it will be down at the 44-yard line of Big Red. 37-yard punt. 34-7, Steubenville leading, 6:21 to go. The Division III state championship game on ONN.
Did you know a surprise?
Massillon's Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, and what a Division III state championship game as Big Red got out to a pretty big lead. Alter scored once on a turnover right before the half, took the first drive of the second half, got it back in the end zone, back down to a 7-point lead. And boy, the guy making decisions on that offense, O'Donnell, has done a nice job in keeping this offense rolling. Steve O'Donnell will keep it, and Markakis gets a leg and won't let go. Pick up a couple.
Nice job by Markakis there, stopping O'Donnell, because again, he had another big hole, as you can see there. So that's a very fine job of just making that short tackle, you know, maintaining that quarterback, because again, now we're seeing in that second half the quarterback being more of an option and being more of a threat for this Alter offense.
Big of 2, so it's 2nd down and 8 for the Alter Knights. And 160 yards running the football, so the Wishbones start to get in gear. Pitch it to Shaw. Colares, nice job of pursuit, throws it for a big loss. Big advantage having Colares, an athlete of that ability, to go against a running team like this, because take a look at this play.
Yeah, Colares, you know, has that intangible thing by playing quarterback, by being able to read and decipher what's run, what's passed from that safety position, because he does it from the offensive side. So he is a tremendous athlete, and showing again, you know, why he is, you know, recommended as one of the top players, if not the best player in the state of Ohio.
A little bit of a different look in I formation, and Corey Rourke motions out of it. Flag comes down. And, boy, that could have been disastrous as Chad Murphy was the defensive lineman who almost came up with the interception. The back didn't get his head around to see the ball thrown to, but it's going to come back as a penalty.
Illegal shift against the offense.
And an illegal shift. Had a couple of guys moving at the same time. Acceptable in the CFL, not in any games here in the States.
Yeah, they were lucky not to have that intercepted there.
Hit him in the face mask.
Right in the face mask, but you know, it looked like the timing was a little bit off. The back was a little further out than what they would like to have been for that particular play, but
well, because of the incomplete pass, Big Red will decline it, and it'll be 4th and 12 in a punting situation for the Knights. And O'Donnell wants a little bit of an explanation.
Yeah, you know, because now, you know, he can go back to the sideline and kind of give his team, you know, what the referee said the penalty was, so that next time they call that play, that same thing won't occur.
Sebecki, a line drive, trying to kick it out of bounds, and he'll do just that. Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. Big Red will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Let's head down on the sidelines to Dan Franzak. Dan?
All right, you know, Coach Dom Seitz actually wears a Michigan sweatshirt during practices of big games. This is noteworthy because he's an Ohio State guy, and number 2, because he actually starts winning when he wears that sweatshirt. Back in 2001, he won a regional title after wearing that sweatshirt, so really the rest is history. He's actually 19-5 during big games after wearing that Michigan sweatshirt. I bet you he was wearing it this week, guys.
That's still got to be awfully hard to do for him, Dan. 1st and 10 from the 20. Kolaris keeps it. Nice move. And he'll pick up a couple. Could have been thrown for a loss, but a little shifty move in the backfield bought him a couple of yards.
Yeah, Kolaris is still, you know, making plays with his legs. You know, now they're opting to go away from throwing the ball down the field, but just still putting the ball in Kolaris' hands, you know, and I like that because, again, this is a guy that is the playmaker for your team, and he has a very good awareness and feel of managing the game from the quarterback position, and he rarely makes any mistakes. I haven't seen him make any mistakes here today.
Tony Boyle knocked him out of bounds. Pickup of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. And again, Kolaris just looking over the defense. Out of the shotgun spread look, 3 wide receiver set. They give it to McGee. McGee gets into some room, 30. And he'll be brought down at the 32-yard line, but he picks up a 1st down. A nice run by Tamawi McGee.
Yeah, McGee getting a very, very good push by that center, Sean Campbell, up the middle of the field. But McGee, again, showing flashes of greatness, you know, with good quickness, good vision, finding the small hole, you know, in the defense and exploiting it for a nice gain. So McGee has done, you know, has kept that balance. You know, it's kind of that X factor, you know, keep the balance, you know, for Steubenville, you know, because as they continue to throw the ball, they also run it as well.
Special mention All-State Division III. Spread look, and sacked. Running him down from behind, Casey Siggins. We have called his name all game long from that defensive end position. Didn't buy the fake and just got after the quarterback.
Casey Siggins showing that he's an outstanding player, you know, and to be able to control and to corral the quarterback, you know, for Steubenville, he has, you know, shown that he's a fine athlete and a fine defender. But like you said, Dave, we've been calling his name all game, you know, and he has to continue to play well and get pressure on Kolaris in order for his team and his defense to do well.
And I didn't see that. He tried to strip the ball from Kolaris. Heads up play by the quarterback to tuck it under and keep that ball in possession of Big Red. 2nd and 15. Shotgun formation. They'll give it to McGee. And this time the hole is filled by Ben Maxwell. The defensive player of the year in Division III comes up, makes a big hit.
Yeah, with Maxwell and Siggins on the outside, you know, these guys, you know, have 2 very, very good players, defensive players, as we see Maxwell come up and make the big stop. But these 2 guys have played pretty well in this game, and they're going to have to continue to make plays for this defense and try to force some turnovers to get the ball back for their offense.
3rd and 9 from the 33-yard line. You see time remaining, 3rd quarter fumble. Kolaris, presence of mind to pick it up, but a big loss back inside the 30 to the 28. It'll bring up a punting situation for Steubenville as Alter's defense getting tough in the 2nd half.
And it's like we're almost seeing a different Alter defense coming out in the 2nd half as we see that Kolaris just loses the handle there on the snap, but now Alter is priding themselves on this defense, coming up, making sacks, making plays, and getting the ball back for the offense, which they have to do more of if they're gonna win this game and get some more scores.
10 total yards in the third quarter. 9 plays. And the kick, and it will be down right at the 40-yard line. Good coverage. It's hung it up, and Jeremy Banks down to cover it. Want to remind you, the Grange Insurance Sports Site. More scores, highlights, and analysis than any place else in Ohio. Track the games from your backyard and across the state every week. The Grange Insurance Sports Site returning in January every Friday night on ONN, Ohio's channel for high school sports. And after that wicked pace in the first half of football, this has calmed down and settled into quite a Division III championship game. O'Donnell pitches it. Rourke going to throw it. Looking for Kralik, and it's well covered by Kolaris and almost intercepted.
Yeah, Kolaris doing a good job covering on that play, not going for the play fake. And again, as you can see here, the toss and then the pass, but almost intercepted by Kolaris. But again, when you talk about the intangibles of a quarterback playing that safety position, he can read those different things that an ordinary safety may not be able to read because he is a quarterback, and he can go through that progression of seeing plays develop before they even happen.
2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Wishbone formation. Shaw breaks out of the bone. Option. O'Donnell has room. A big hit, but he spins off it and gains an extra couple yards as DiCarlantonio came up and put the big pop on him. But O'Donnell bounces right back up.
Yeah, O'Donnell, as you can see here, just taking that option, taking a big hit, but showing why he is, as Dan called him, the Energizer Bunny, you know, coming back from all those different injuries. But he has been the guy for this Alta offense this second half, you know, and again, credit their coaching staff for making that adjustment, getting the ball into their quarterback's hands and letting him make some plays for him.
6 carries, 44 yards for O'Donnell, predominantly here in the second half. 3rd down and 3. Again, they motion Shaw out. O'Donnell keeps it, spins, dives forward, going to be close. Right about where he needed to go. It'd be an interesting measurement here.
Yeah, it's very close. It looked like he might have it from here, but, you know, again, you know, McDonald is the guy as he takes another hit and spins off and just lunges forward for what appears to be a first down, you know, for this offense. And this would be a very, very big conversion for them as they want to continue to control this ball and control and move the chains and try to get some type of points on the board.
And it is a first down. So a nice run by Steve O'Donnell, gets the ball into Steubenville territory and gets the Knights a fresh set of downs, 1:47 to go in the 3rd.
And Steve O'Donnell has been, you know, pretty consistent. You know, he made that one interception, that one ill-advised throw, but ever since then he's come up and he's made some good runs and helped his team try to get back into this game.
They give it to Shaw, finds a little bit of a seam, still on his feet, ball comes loose, recovered by Alter. Gossett ripped the ball free, but a heads-up play as recovering the football for Alter is Corey Drake, the center, hustling 10, 12 yards downfield.
Yeah, so we can see Shaw here again, just bounces out, but the good strip there.
That's Gossett.
That's a good strip by Gossett, but, you know, Alter's lucky to recover that football, but, you know, Shaw is showing again, you know, the power and the strength that he has as they continue to run that little lead dive play where they fake it to the fullback and give it to Shaw on a lead, you know, and it's catching the Steubenville defense a little bit off guard because he's picked up significant yardage every time they've run their play.
And gives some shout out to Corey Drake, heads up as he pounces on the football. Shaw, 7 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. O'Donnell trying to spin free, but Tamawi McGee has something to say about that. Also coming up there is Bronco Busick, the middle linebacker, and they hem him in and throw him for a loss.
The Steubenville Big Red defense now has had enough of McDonald making those plays, and they said we've had enough. You know, and it's a good job of them pursuing to the football, staying at home, again, playing disciplined defense and corralling him for a loss on the play.
Second down and 13 now. Ball back at the 41-yard line after the 3-yard loss. Wishbone formation again. Some movement up front by Steubenville, shifting the defensive front. They pitch it to Chris Rourke. Rourke cuts it upfield, gets inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. And again, that brings up third and much more manageable, third and about 6 or 7.
Nice pickup by Alter. Good play by Rourke, catching that pitch. As you can see, O'Donnell just gets it outside. And what's happening is Steubenville is putting, because O'Donnell is making plays inside the tackle, they're getting outside and making some plays on the perimeter.
34-27 our score. We'll be back for the fourth quarter from Massillon. On third quarter, Steubenville 10 total yards, Alter 104. Big Red no passing yards as well. So it's a third down and 5. Alter down 7, trying to get a fresh set of downs. Might be 4-down territory here. They pitch it out. Rourke, 30, still on his feet. He's going to get the first down. A nice run by Chris Rourke, and good blocking up front by the Knights.
Yes, very, very good blocking up front by that offensive line of Alter, and a nice job by Michael Shaw blocking on the perimeter, leading the way for Rourke to pick up that first down. As we take a look and see that, again, you can see that Shaw leading the way, but Rourke just powering ahead, putting his head down, getting the first down, and now we're seeing that offense do what they do best by running that wishbone and getting the ball outside on the perimeter as well, with O'Donnell running in between the tackles.
First and 10 from the 26 of Big Red. This time it's Chris Rourke again, and he will be brought down. Nice tackle by Mike DiCarlantonio.
And in a game like this, when two teams are pretty evenly matched, both teams 14-0, as we take a look at Rourke, pick up some yards there, it comes down to the team who wants it the most, and sometimes it even comes down to the team that's most well-conditioned, more conditioned than the other team. But right now, the momentum is with Alter as they continue to drive and try to basically tie this game up or even take the lead.
Pick up a 5, so it's second and 5 for Alter. Pitch comes to Shaw. Nice job by the Big Red defense. Collaros throws him for a loss, and Steve Davis really forced him into Collaros' arms, and McGee there as well. Just a nice job of stringing everything out by the Big Red.
Really, really fine job by the team defense. Again, as we talked about before, everybody playing their position, not trying to do too much, as we see Collaros on the outside, you know, just staying where he was and allow the play to come to him. But this is what this Big Red defense has to do, is this is a very, very big drive for them, is just maintain, stay in position, and everybody try to make your play, but don't try to do too much.
Loss of 8, so it's now third down and 13 for the Knights. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Fullback give. Corey Rourke, stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder, 15. Close to the first down, he got it. They'll spot it close to the 14-yard line. Just a bruising run by Corey Rourke, the fullback.
Corey Rourke saying, don't forget about me in this triple threat offense. As you can see him stiff arm, breaking tackles, run over Collaros. But this is why the wishbone offense is so hard to defend, because you can get the ball to 3 different guys at all times. But the Steubenville defense has not seen this type of offense all year, so it's pretty tough to defend.
201 yards of rushing offense for the Knights. They go back to the ground, and it's Chris Rourke still on his feet inside the 5 to the 4. And the wishbone is starting to really take over.
That power offense and the wishbone attack, you know, the offensive line up front on the right side, Evan Neff and Paul Coble, you know, doing an outstanding job of blocking. But look at that run.
Look at the balance. Puts his hand down, keeps going, gets about an extra 5 or 6 yards. Great balance inside the 5 at the 4. First and goal. Knights trying to tie up the D3 state championship game. Rourke dives into the end zone. A point after away from tying it up.
Nice.
Chris Rourke finds
big-time run by Chris Rourke to give his team another touchdown and possibly go to tie this game up.
Alter fans, plenty to yell about in the second half. The Knights have really come out and switched things around here, up, over, and in. And you know what? That's got to be a good feeling.
That's a big-time run by that kid there. You know, nice move, but now this team has said that we have come back from a deficit against a very explosive team, and they have to feel good about themselves, and it's going to be hard for Steubenville to come out and try to break the will of this team.
Blocked by Stephen Davis. The point after to tie it is blocked, and it's Stephen Davis that comes up with it. Huge special teams play by Big Red.
And that can be a key point, Dave, down the stretch as we get ready to close this game.
There it is, right there.
Block.
Stephen Davis just got his arm out and did it.
See the block by Stephen Davis there. That's a huge, huge play for Steubenville, you know, because now they still are up by 1 point, and if they score, they can be up by 8, or even they can go up by 9, which will make it a 2-possession game.
Still 9:17 to go. Big Red hanging on to a 1-point lead. The Division III state championship game. As the Big Red, a 29-game winning streak, went 15-0 last year, winning the state championship in Division III, 14-0 this year, and back in the championship game. And they're going to move the entire return team up. Is Steubenville is Bogard, the deep back, waiting at the 15-yard line. That's because Sebecki and Alter has really kicked line drives the entire time. 11-play, 59-yard touchdown drive. 5:25 off the clock, and Alter, the point after, no good. That's the difference in the game right now. There's the line drive again. Davis will pick it up at the 25, 30, and he'll be brought down at the 33. So Big Red's offense only 10 yards in the second half, and really quite a difference from what we saw in that first half. Let's see what they do. 9:09 to go. A lot of these kids have been here before.
And that, as you mentioned before, Dave, about the winning streak of Steubenville, that is one of the things, that the intangible things that this Alter team doesn't have, because Steubenville has been here before, I'm sure, and they've had that success of winning consistent games. So that is definitely working in their favor.
Colares gets outside and then will be run out of bounds. Lauman runs him out, but a nice pickup by Colares on first down.
And as we look at Colares there, just pick up a couple yards, that 1 point, that block extra point might come to be a very, very huge point in this game as we're going now under a little bit under 9 minutes for the fourth quarter. Now I would think that Steubenville is probably going to try to milk some of the clock, but at the same time still be aggressive. But now the clock is also a disadvantage for Alter.
Number 1 and number 2 in Division III going at it in the championship game. Colares, no running room there as the defensive side there crushed the blocking scheme and didn't let that develop. It'll bring up a third down and about 6.
And it's interesting too, as well, you know, as we see that the defenses do a good job of maintaining Colares right there.
Siggins again.
Game. But the Steubenville offense has kind of went away from what worked from them in the first half. They spread the field out, they opened it up and threw it and got it to their receiver's hand, but now they are electing to run a little bit more, which, you know, is kind of allowing Alter to get back into this game.
3rd and 5. Key play for the Knights defense, shotgun formation. Colares keeps it, breaks the tackle, spins and picks up the first down out near the 44-yard line. Pickup of 6, he needed 5.
No, this kid does it all. You know, again, you see the fake, you know, and you can see the determination in his running. You know, he's going to pick up that first down no matter where it is, and those are the intangible things that you can't teach. But when you have a guy of this magnitude, you know, that has been in big games before, that has a winning streak behind him, you know, those are the things that help give him that extra boost and give him those things that he needs to try to be successful for his team.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Shotgun formation. Bogard and Vogel to the bottom of the screen, but Colares will keep it, and he'll only pick up a couple. As that interior of the Knight defense has seen that play a couple of times.
They've seen it probably more times than they want to see it, you know, but Colares again, you know, just running with a very aggressive style, you know, with a lot of authority, you know, and pretty much, you know, saying, okay, coach, put the game in my hands, you know, and that's something that they've seen to be comfortable with, you know, as he makes very, very smart decisions and good reads.
So it'll be 2nd and 7. Bad snap, but flags come down. That'll be a line of scrimmage penalty.
Ball, snap infraction against the offense. Still second.
What that means is the center probably shifted the ball a little bit before he snapped it. That'll cost him 5. 2 penalties just on Big Red for 10 yards.
Wow. And that's a sign of a very, very disciplined and well-coached football team, you know, and, you know, because a team like that doesn't have the amount of success that they have without paying attention to the detail, you know, not making mistakes and not doing things to shoot yourself in the foot.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 from back at the 42-yard line. Colares. Flag comes in. I think we're going to get a holding penalty on Casey Siggins, maybe. Being Siggins the guy that was held. So he was going for Colares and kind of got cut down there early on.
Tackle on the play by
and it is holding.
And that's going to back them up even further. But the way that they can strike and score, you know, the down and distance really doesn't matter. It's just a matter of, you know, if they can execute and if Alter, you know, can try to not get into the, if Alter cannot cause penetration, get in the backfield. But, you know, this is a 3rd down situation for Steubenville. But the way they've thrown the ball in the first half, you know, anything can happen. But this is a huge, huge penalty as we see them back it up.
Spot of the infraction, so it goes all the way back to the 29. They need to get to the 46-yard line of Alter for a 1st down.
And you have to keep your eye on Maurice Bogard in this situation.
He is the speedster, and he's lined up in the slot. Colares, they get it to Steve Davis, little bubble screen, and it is run down and sniffed out by Keithley. The defensive end ran him down from behind and blows that up before it can really develop.
Nice job by Keithley there. You know, reading that play, you know, just a nice safe throw. Try to get the ball to one of your playmakers, allow him to make something happen. But this defense is really, really playing inspired this 2nd half and taking the onus upon themselves to try to win this state championship.
Ben Gearman, a linebacker, also in on that tackle. 3rd and 24 from the 30-yard line. Colares looking for Bogard on the out route, and he can't bring it in. He split the defenders, had it, and couldn't bring it in, and Bogard's slow to get up.
That one is totally on Bogard there. He had an opportunity to make that catch and come up with a big play for his team, you know, and Alter is a little lucky there that he didn't catch that ball because that would have converted for a 1st down.
Nice throw by Colares. Split 2 defenders, and Bogard just couldn't bring it in.
So now again, this offensive Alter is going to get a chance to get the football back and try to put together a drive to try to go in and take the lead in this state championship game.
Davis will kick it away. Pressure coming, he gets it away. Lauman lets it hit, and he'll field it at the 30. Bogard runs him down, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 39. A 40-yard kick. 5:47 remaining in the Division III championship game. A 1-point game. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the finish. 5:48 to go, and the Knights have scored 13 points to cut this game to a 1-point lead, and now their offense has it 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Wishbone behind O'Donnell. Draylon Priest stands him up, and still fighting and breaking free is Rourke. Reverses his field, cuts up field, and now he's brought down at the 36-yard line. Chris Rourke, a lot of running but good pursuit by Steubenville. Let's head down to Dan Franzak on the sidelines. Dan?
Hey guys, I don't know if fatigue is setting in for Steubenville, but it's worth noting that most of their players go both ways, as opposed to Kettering Alter, who uses the platoon system. Just a few players going both ways for them. Also, on Kettering Alter's last touchdown, they set a new record in Division III for combined score with 67 points. The previous record was 65. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dan, we appreciate it. 5:05 and counting to go, a loss of only 3, so it'll be 2nd and 13. They pitch it to Shaw. The defense again forces him back in. Shaw trying to get the sidelines. Kolaris runs him down. Shaw reverses field, still on his feet. Spins, fighting, but going to be thrown again for a short loss.
Wow.
And that Steubenville defense is just swarming.
Steubenville defense is doing a great job just maintaining their composure and still not giving up on the play. But as you can see here, you know, Shaw just reverses his field, and it looked like it was going to be thrown for a huge loss, but he comes up and continues to fight off defenders there, make a spin move, keep his balance, great balance, another spin move and fight, and keep driving for yardage. That's probably been the 2 longest running plays I've seen in this game all game.
Looked like a little bit of a face mask, but went uncalled. Tyree Dunn finally got him. O'Donnell going, nice catch, little hook and ladder, but it's loose. Kralik threw it, and now Rourke picks it up and fumbles incomplete, he's going to be down before the fumble, down at the 41-yard line. Trying to do the hook and ladder as he got it to Kralik, and he wanted to get it to Rourke, but couldn't quite make connection on the lateral there.
Yeah, and it looks like this last drive for Alter, I'm a little confused because it looks like they're a little desperate, you know, trying to make too much happen on all 3 of those plays instead of just running their offense, moving the chains. There's still a lot of time left, so I'm a little surprised to see them be a little uncharacteristic there.
Sebecki kicks it away, and Stephen Davis going to let it go over his head and let it bounce. And the Knights chasing after it, and they'll get it and down it at the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, still going, and it's down at the 4.
That's a huge play in this game. You know, we always talk about the offenses and the defenses, but that play right there, putting that ball down into the 5-yard line is huge. As we can see here, it's supposed to be a hook and lateral.
And the lateral never made connection there. But what about a 55-yard punt by Sebecki down at the 4? Need to remind everyone, both teams 3 timeouts, 3:16 remaining. And Alter may start thinking about using those timeouts if, in fact, they can hold on 1st or 2nd down here. McGee is the back behind Kolaris. Kolaris will keep it, and he'll be brought down at about the 6-7-yard line.
And as you mentioned, Dave, you know, they probably will elect to use their timeouts here, but the thing that they have to do is still play smart and not let anything get behind them.
Want to remind you, coming up after the game, stick around for Championship Game Day post-game show live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dan Decrow, JJ, and Jerry will recap and break down this game, Championship Game Day, immediately following the Division III Championship game here on ONN, and they'll also be previewing the Division I game, and the Knights, of course, did call timeout. Just a 2-yard pickup, and right now, Big Red, it's pretty simple. They want to pick up a 1st down and make Alter use some of their timeouts. And if you're Alter, offense needs the ball back.
Yeah, you know, and again, for Alter, you know, you want to be in this position because your defense has been, you know, proud of saying that we're one of the top defenses in the state, and so they want to be in this position. But if you're Steubenville, you have to try to find some kind of way to get the ball into Maurice Bogart's hand, because he's the guy that can make the plays for you and that has made the plays in the first half for this team.
It'll be tough because they aren't going to want to throw this deep in their territory. Although they do, Kolaris swings it out, a safe one to Markakis, and Markakis will be brought down just short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and about 2, and you see the clock will continue to run.
And that's a good call by Steubenville. You know, a nice, safe throw, fake, play action pass, fake to the side, flat out to the sideline. And the thing.
Then they call timeout. Let's head down to Dan Franzak on the sidelines. Dan?
All right, guys, these are the trophies presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association, gold, silver, champions, runner-up. Right now, only 1 point separating the winners of these two trophies. Stick around. As soon as the game is over, we'll have the trophy presentations live right for you here on ONN. Meanwhile, hang on to these guys. They're not going anywhere.
All right, 2:57 to decide who gets which trophy. Third down and about a yard and a half. Steubenville has been held to just 32 yards of offense in the second half. You got to credit the Alter Knights defense for whatever they did at halftime. You know, they have certainly come out and held what was a very potent and big play offense for Steubenville in check in the second half. 3rd and 1. They give it to McGee, and he is stopped in the backfield and thrown for a loss. Alex Pace, along with Siggins and Keithley back there, and a big play by that Knights defense, and it's Siggins again in on it. 4th down in a punting situation.
Big play, as you can see Siggins there leading the charge, getting the penetration, but great team defense. And again, Dave, this is the group that you want on the field at this particular time, because now they have prided themselves on making plays, and they had just came up with a huge play for their team and giving them an opportunity to try to go in and try to score.
Loss of 4 on the play. Davis will be about 4 yards deep in his end zone to kick it away. Lauman awaiting it at the 40 of Steubenville. Ball will hit at the 37. It takes a Steubenville bounce. Bogard will let it roll, and it will be down at the 47-yard line. A 38-yard kick. 2:01 to go in the 4th quarter. Want to remind you, make the memories last forever. Keep the memories from this game as well as the championship experience alive. You can order a copy of today's game exclusively from GameTapes.com, just $19.99, plus the best games from our weekly big games and past championships also available. Visit GameTapes.com and order today. 2:01 remaining. Alter couldn't have asked for much more. They have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 47 of the Big Red. Still 1 timeout left. Pretty simple. They need to get points on the board. Big Red needs their defense to come up big again. Little flea flicker play, throwing for Kralik, and it's intercepted by Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis picks it off. As they went with the little flea flicker, and Jeff Lauman threw it on the flanker reverse. Kralik couldn't get back to it. Stephen Davis comes up with a big play for Big Red.
Stephen Davis seals it. As we can see here is the reverse pass. You know, it's a little wobbly. Pass hangs up there, but Stephen Davis comes up, and this is another guy that we've been calling his name all night and has done an outstanding job for this Big Red team.
And Draylon Pree put a big hit on Lauman Lauman as he threw the football, and that's kind of what made it wobble. And there's Kralik, the intended receiver, limping off.
You know, but Dave, one of the two things, two last drives, I should say, for Alter have been kind of the trick plays, or the team trying to do a little bit too much. You know, they didn't stick to what they were doing, you know, running the football tackle, getting the ball on the perimeter, and using their quarterback O'Donnell. So I'm a little surprised, you know, at the last 2 series that they have, because they had the reverse pass, and then we saw in the series before, you know, guys just trying to do a little bit too much and make that long run play instead of just methodically going down and trying to score.
Alter just 1 timeout, 1:54 remaining. McGee gets the handoff, and he'll get out to the 32-yard line.
And again, you know, this defense is going to continue to play hard and try to stop and get a 3 and out and get the ball back. Now, they won't have a lot of time left if they get the ball back, but they have to hold and stop this Steubenville offense and get the ball back on the turnover downs for their offense.
There you see the Big Red holding on, hoping that they can have a minute 22 run off the clock and hang on to that 1-point lead that would give them back-to-back state championships. Again, Alter just 1 timeout remaining. Kolaris keeps it, and he will be thrown back. Ball comes loose. They say it's down.
Wow.
105 and counting.
This defense is continually to play hard, you know, as they try to strip the football from Kolaris there. you see, you know, they elect to put the ball in their playmakers' hands, you know, the guy that's going to make that safe play, but he appeared to be down before that football came out. But this is a big third down stop, another big down for this Alta defense as they have played stellar this second half of this championship game.
3rd and 5. The play clock is at 6. So 22-second differential between game clock and play clock. Collaros going to keep it. And he's going to pick up the first down. The co-offensive MVP in Division III just sealed the Division III state championship game for Big Red. And a great shot as coach gives the quarterback and MVP a hug. Back-to-back state champions, 15-0 both seasons.
Very, very deserving. Collaros has played an outstanding game, on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense, and more importantly, being the leader that he is for his team, you know, making the plays on defense, making the plays on offense, and running with the passion and the will to show that his team should be the state champions of Division III.
Now they will have to snap the ball at least one more time.
But this has been a very, very good game.
Can't say enough about the way
good.
Alter came out the second half and played extremely well and shut down this offense.
Yeah, and as we talked about, Dave, that missed extra point as they went in will be the determining factor for that their Alter team. But credit both ball clubs. You know, these are two very storied programs, and they have done an outstanding job playing a very clean, and the sportsmanship has been great, as we haven't seen anything really crazy. And you know, credit both coaching staffs. But again, Steubenville has come out and tried to establish themselves as clearly, you know, the state champions in Division III.
And you know what? It's so tough to see a team fall on the short side based on something like that, because you work so hard for so long, and to have a part of the game that a lot of people, you know, take for granted a lot of times.
Right.
It's just a tough thing.
And that's why, you know, a coach that always hones in on details, every play is an important play, because you never know what play is going to make a difference in the game.
Collaros takes a knee. And Steubenville will be the Division III state champs, and Collaros lives up to his billing as the MVP, co-offensive MVP in Division III. Big Red celebrating 30 straight wins, back-to-back state championships, 34-33. They beat a very talented Alter team.
And Alta doesn't have anything to hold their head down about, because they played a very hard-fought game. You know, they just came up a little bit short, and it's just unfortunate that somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, but two very, very talented and good ball teams here today.
Only 6 teams that make it into these championship games get to really go home as the state champions, and it's very tough. Just very interesting. Let's head down to Dan Franzak. Dan?
Coach, congratulations, back-to-back state championships. Boy, you had to work for it.
Thank you.
Amazing game. What did you guys do in the first half? I mean, it was that offense that got you going, but you had to work for it in the second half.
Well, we had to work hard. We had to work real hard in the second half. But you don't win a state championship by not working hard. I just love the kids and love the coaches. Our coach had a great game plan. Kids executed it. I screwed it up before the half, but the kids just backed me up, played hard the second half. And I'd like to congratulate Alder, but I'd like to congratulate our kids and their parents.
Amazing run. Can you put it in perspective what this has been like for you?
No, I don't even. It's not even the run. It's tonight. It's tonight. You know, 15-0 state championship tonight. God bless them.
And tonight you're state champions again. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach Reno. All right, guys, back to you.
Congratulations to the Big Red. 30 straight wins. The Division III state champs, back-to-back, 34-33.
State title, but your second in a row.